Hello, I'm Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news from Wellington, where we're here for the government's mid-year budget fiscal and economic update. Economists are expecting the budget deficit could go as high as $15 billion. That's because the economy is growing slower than expected, and GST receipts aren't as high as the government had expected. We're also likely to see a reasonably subdued outlook for the budget next year going into the election. The government has to be careful it doesn't get downgraded by Standard & Poor's. Meanwhile, overnight markets are celebrating the fact that the Chinese authorities didn't increase interest rates as had been expected. The Australian dollar, it rose to 99.8 US cents, and the New Zealand dollar is up at 75.7 US cents. Obviously, with China not raising its monetary policy, that's going to keep the growth going for a little bit longer. Also, the Dow up 40 points. Meanwhile, closer to home, BNZ economists are warning that the September storms and the drought that started off in the North Island could cut $1 billion from revenues. And even closer to home, in Auckland, the new mayor of the super city, Len Brown, has announced the first rates increase will be 4.9%, double the rate of inflation. He said council staff had suggested an initial rates increase of 8.9%, but he got them down by cutting costs by $50 million. He said the benefits from the new super city amalgamation are not as high as expected. This will be a worry for the Reserve Bank, which is hoping that local inflation can keep under control. Very difficult when rates in the biggest city in the country are rising at twice the rate of inflation. I'm Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand.